mornings on Real Radio 104.1, broadcasting live on iHeartRadio. And hey, we got a guest that's here. We'll go ahead and bring in. She is a professor at UCF, and her name is Bree. Let's bring Bree in. Bree.
She's going to fit right in here then.
Goldstein. Bree. Hi, Bree. How you doing? We'll sit you in over here. Thank you so much. You know, she sent me a tweet and was talking about social media, and she said she's a professor and teaches college students about social media at UCF. And I thought it'd be very interesting to find out, what's being taught at UCF when it comes to social media. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You've been sitting here for a while watching what we do, and it's very nice of you to come in.
It's so nice to see you all. I listen to you every day, so it's great to put a face with a voice.
Well, it's crazy for us to think that a professor at UCF listens to us.
We all listen to you. I run a business, and everybody in my office listens to you.
It's only crazy for you, dude.
Yeah, is it B for our grammar?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's an A for humor.
Oh, good. All right.
Hey,
So okay, I'm just very curious. So this is something that, I'm sure that, how long have they been teaching about social media at UCF?
How long? I don't know exactly how long. I've been there for 2 years, and I've taught it consistently for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Is that what you, when you applied for the job, did you say I specialize in social media?
I didn't apply for the job. The joke is I went in to complain and came out with a job.
Oh, really?
What'd you go in to complain about?
I was growing my company, interviewing students, graduates, right? And I'd ask them simple questions that seemed simple to me. How would you reach a group? How would you promote an event, etc.? And I got these deer in the headlight eyes. So I went in to talk with the head of the department, said what's going on, help me shift my expectations. We talked about my background, my education, and they said, how would you like to teach a course?
Wow.
So they actually created the course for you to teach. I'm behind you.
He's right there.
Behind you. The other way.
Other behind you.
The black guy.
Yeah, the black guy.
So
No.
Lord of mercy. So they actually created a class for you to teach, or did it actually exist already?
It had been taught every other semester, and they gave me full leeway to create my own syllabus and my own program, and now it's every semester consistently, and I believe it's now required as opposed to an elective.
Really?
As part of a marketing degree.
Wow. It should be. It absolutely should be.
Just as part of a marketing degree?
Yeah.
Right, and we do more than social media, but yes, it's part of marketing.
And social media is changing everything.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Everything, and it changes every day.
Because when we started this, we were broadcasters, and now, because of social media, we are content providers, and we are required to, website and Twitter and Facebook.
It probably pushed harder than some like live events and things.
Oh, yeah.
And the crazy part is the true story. When we first started Gemini, and these guys were there as well, some listener made us a website, and we were telling the radio station we should all have websites, and they looked at us like we were retards.
They mocked us.
They mocked us, and I'm like, no, we need our own website. We need our own website, and they thought we were just being idiots.
Yeah.
And now it is mandatory.
It went from being, this is in about a 2-year period, and 24 months in the world of marketing is kind of odd because that stuff is planned years in advance. Sometimes.
Yeah.
It went from being a novelty to having a demanded budget of sales on websites in a 24-month period. That's how quickly the technology moved into being capitalized for revenue. That quickly. The thing I find weird about even having a class about social media is, if there's any group of human beings that is more savvy to social media platforms, whether it be Instagram,
It'd be
Twitter,
college students, yeah.
it'd be students in that realm. But applying it to the world of marketing is a totally different machine.
But even so, think about how they're coming into the situation is being fresh, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They don't know the repercussions as when you get older because they're just looking at it through that first level.
Well, let's ask the professor. Like, what is the most important thing you think you teach the students about social media?
I always tell them that once something's been seen, it can't be unseen.
Mm-hmm.
So whether they're applying for a job or they have a job or whether they have a client they're going after or maybe it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, and it's their parents, once they see them in a certain way, they can't get that image out of their head. So it's extremely important what they put online to be how they want to be perceived.
That's your perception to the world, basically.
Perception is reality.
Yeah. Now, as someone who deal with marketing with social media, so let's say you have a business or whatever, and you want to market. Do you think it's a good idea to just kind of plug your gigs? every night and not put any comedy in any of your tweets?
Nothing.
No comedy at all. Just I'm going to plug my gig. Is that a good idea, or is it best to throw in some funny? That way, people actually check out your tweet.
Well, if you actually want to be seen and get engagement, then I suggest putting in some funny.
Gosh, you sound so smart, Professor.
But can I follow this up? And I'm sorry you're here because I'm going to go ahead and take over right now. Here's the deal. Fortunately, there are enough people in Orlando that are smart enough to not go, oh, look, Jeff Howell has a gig, but let's not go see him because he didn't pat us on the head.
That's not.
Professor,
would you please explain to him
The
that?
problem with that is that if you want your post to be seen because of the algorithms on the different platforms, it may not be seen by enough people. For example, a business page on Facebook gets seen by 6% of the people.
No. Here's what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying I'm not doing it, okay? Because it's not worth my damn time. I pack the house. The only one I have problems with that house of blue. I pack the house. Every time you come see me, I pack the damn house.
But you will admit that it's a better idea.
No, I think it's a great idea, but I'm not doing it.
Okay.
It's not worth
Professor?
my time.
Yes, Professor.
Question for you. Do you pack the house because of the size of the house? Larger house, but it's still good house?
That's what I did. I just started playing smaller venues.
There you go.
That was the best line that's ever been said on this show.
So I took your advice, Russ, and I needed a picture. Me and Jeff were playing this weekend. I needed a promo picture.
There you go.
So I didn't have one handy, and I put up just a picture of bacon and eggs.
That is a good picture.
You see, as our promo shot.
We're going to pack the house.
And that's going to pack the house. But it's better than just some boring shot, right?
That's right. Yes.
Something to grab your attention.
Go ahead,
That's
kiss
stupid.
up to him. Kiss up to him.
That's stupid.
Pigs and chickens.
Yeah,
Sure,
it
she
has
says.
nothing to do with our show. It's just
Hey, I'm actually going to be out at a car lot this weekend, and just check my Twitter account for a rack of ribs that I have a picture of on my web. That way I'll know exactly where I'm going to be.
One has nothing to do with the other, is what he's saying. So, okay, thinking about that, what are some other things that we should be aware of that social media is doing to society?
Right. So with the way that, for example, the way that Twitter works, where a tweet on average only has the potential to be seen in the first 24 minutes that it's posted, it's requiring people to check Facebook, Twitter, and their other platforms more often, and to be quicker about posting, to post more often. And it's making our attention span as a society a lot shorter.
Yep.
And Vine's a perfect example of that.
I have so many questions for you because I'm social media is something that we always talk about here. And did you have a question?
I was going to say, can we do that? I know you have a bunch of questions, and let's take a break because we have to take a break, and then have the professor stay around for another segment. Do you mind?
No, absolutely, of course.
We appreciate you coming
Thanks.
in. A professor from UCF. So we're
Bree.
Yeah, sounding a little smart today.
Social media expert.
All right, you're listening to the Monsters in the Morning. Hey, welcome back to the Monsters Mornings on Real Radio 104.1. Remember, Jeff Howell and Bubba are going to be at Winter Circles North tonight. That's in Lakeland. You can go see them. Here with us today, we've got Professor Goldstein. Sounds very classy when you say it like that. Or Bree. Bree, it sounds like.
The cheese. It's a cool name.
But Professor Goldstein sounds.
Now, are you officially a professor?
Oh, let's turn his mic. What's
You're
that?
what?
I'm officially an adjunct instructor.
Oh, okay, very nice. So you teach UCF and you teach about social media, which is obviously it's the kind of the way of the world now. I think Facebook seems to be like most people are familiar with Facebook, and then in second place is probably Twitter, right? And then Instagram. Like, are those two?
Up north, Twitter's bigger, I think.
Yeah, it
right?
depends on where you are and who you are. It depends on your demographic to see which platform you're using.
Younger Twitter, older Facebook, Instagram.
See, these cats don't even know. I'm on Ello. You guys on Ello? Who else is on Ello?
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Exactly. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm not even going to spend my time explaining to you what Ello is because it's
English
that
for
crazy.
hello.
What is it?
English for hello.
I don't
Hello.
know.
Hello.
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 Yeah, and then you have Snapchat is giant too. Now, Snapchat's really young, right? Because I have my guys. The cool thing about is I have a really good, unique look at it because I have teenage kids that are still in high school. Then I have kids that are in college, and I have a kid that's married. And every one of them, Twitter is still king, but Instagram is right there, and Snapchat is probably just below that.
Snapchat's like a video game. It's
but
awesome.
Twitter is still it, and Vine is still kind of a unique, kind of a novelty thing that only some people do.
And what about Tumblr? Where does that fall?
Tumblr is more of becoming more like a blog almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an image blog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Snapchat is giant. My guys are always Snapchatting, but when it comes to like making a statement about your life, they go to Twitter.
What about Groupon?
Groupon is compared to Facebook?
That's where I'm plugging.
Maybe you share your Groupons on Facebook, but kind of completely different platforms.
And you said you own a company as well, right?
I do, yes.
What does the company do?
We do public relations, and we're releasing an app to market next month.
Oh,
nice.
good.
Very
Congratulations.
So you help people get their Facebook pages and all those connected and built and all that, right?
Right. We drive engagement, build fan user base, get the brand out. Exactly.
It's a whole science. Yeah.
I like to call it science.
Science.
And Carlos, you've been fascinated with this for,
I'm obsessed with social media and YouTube. I just love it. Both my wife and I, because we have businesses and we have to use it in order. So for a question, let's say I'm a business. I just opened up, my detailing business. Okay, I want to get on social media, but I don't know too much about it. What are the 3 main things you should have in order to be able to promote your business?
You should know who your demographic is, because that's going to be the biggest determinant about which platform you're using.
Okay, let's say my demographics are male 25 to 54.
Okay, so let's say you go with Facebook, for example, especially for a detailing business. It's a visual business. People want to see a before and after picture. They might want to see a video. So so pick your platform, know your demographic. The next thing is figure out how much time you're going to commit to a platform, because you don't want to be on social media and not be active. That suggests to people that your business may be closed.
Yeah. If you're not going to attend it, if you're not going to do stuff, then people will think, they think you're not.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, look, they haven't updated in 3 weeks. They must not be doing anything.
So know your audience, and then figure out the platform. So boom, I got to get on Facebook, videos and photos. And then what's another tip that I could, should I go to Twitter? Should I go to Instagram?
It completely depends on your demographic. If you're going for 25-year-old males, sure, use Twitter and Instagram. But what you're doing, use hashtags. Okay. Right, because that helps you join a conversation, helps you get found, and be conversational, be engaging. If it's strictly about your business, people will tune you out. I like to go with the 80-20%. 80% to be engaging, 20% is about business.
Okay, what about posting?
80% engaging.
20% business.
What about posting? How many times should you post a day? I know it's different for different events, but how many is too much? What is there an average?
Some people do too much, and I'll end up I'll delete them if they're too much.
Right. It's kind of like an email. How many mass emails do you want to get in your inbox every day?
Right.
Facebook is similar. Right. Facebook, I like to go around 2 for a business.
Okay.
Right. Twitter, you could do up to 5.
Okay.
Because they scroll down so quickly.
How much cute stuff in between the 2? I'm wondering. Hey, the demographic thing, I'm thinking myself, Facebook might not be my thing. I'm thinking penny savers.
There you go.
You know what's weird is like with Jeff saying, I know what Russ is saying, but I have Jeff's in my timeline. Jeff right here's in my timeline. If you did a picture of just like a rehearsal, and did it like this, like because. And I'm not telling you how to do your business. I'm just saying. I'm really asking her a question.
Yeah.
So instead of just doing the whole, hey, this is where I'm going to be in type thing, imagine a photograph of the rehearsal, like if you're rehearsing, and hey, getting ready for my show at type thing. Is that what you're talking about? Instead of kind of including a little content with the plug type thing.
That's awesome, especially if you tag the location that you're going to be in. Because it puts it on theirs, and if you use a hashtag that's trending, so it brings other people who are following the hashtag.
And I totally get that. I think that's a great idea. I'm just not doing it out of spite.
That's the reason, then no worries.
He's willing to fail to make his point.
Right. I'll shove it.
What is the best advice to get a viral video? Now, that's something, just creating content.
That's like catching lightning in a bottle. I don't know that you can actually.
But there's also people that's not just viral. Obviously, the viral wants to go 8-10 million, but there's a ton of people that will get 20. I'd be happy with 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views. It's that difficult. And I know you recently got a video that was up there, right?
Right. Yeah. Our engagement video was 100,000 views. It was on Ellen and Oprah's Facebook pages as well. And it was awesome. And really, you just make it engaging and make it touch someone emotionally, whether it's humor or it's pulling on a heartstring.
Now, did you have your whole class, everybody shared it? Everybody retweeted it?
No.
No? Wow.
No, I don't usually show personal videos in class.
Oh,
If they
this
go
was
on
your
YouTube,
video.
they can find them. Right,
Yeah,
this was when I got engaged.
Her engagement.
Oh, congrats.
But,
okay.
They can go to my website, they can see it. They can go to
Now,
my YouTube page, they'll see it.
Now, what was so engaging about that particular?
It was on center ice at the Solar Bears game with 6,000 of my closest friends, 400 of our business contacts, and all of our family had flown in.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Nice.
There we go.
What were you doing? Were you playing?
No.
She's getting engaged to get married.
Engaged.
Oh, engaged. Oh, okay.
Holy smokes.
I think it's
Where's
Carlos.
your ring?
Carlos,
Let's
are
see
you
your
talking
ring.
about when you say a viral video? I mean, most of those things are almost accidental, but the ones that are great ideas that do well. Have you seen the Thug Life and
so good.
the animal Thug Life thing where the animal will do something and then they pause and start playing some gangster rap and stuff? It seems so stupid. I'm looking at a compilation video of Thug Life animals. I mean, you could it looks like two stoner dudes made these things. How many hits do you think, or how many views do you think this one compilation video has?
8 million. I watch them every time.
6.3 million views, and that's one of 20 compilation videos for Thug Life animals.
But also, that's a good point about it, that you don't really know. But from what I hear, YouTube's getting its ass kicked by Facebook right now, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, video-wise.
Video-wise,
And
yeah.
YouTube's fixing to go. I believe they're fixing to go to subscription because they're making all the content providers change. They're not going to do ads anymore.
Right.
I don't know, but we saw a 400-pound man on a mechanical bull this morning. It made me laugh.
And that was a woman, Russ.
Oh, well, she was fat.
I don't care what you put up. Nothing is going to beat Thug Goat.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing is going to
Goat.
beat Thug Goat knocking you off your motorcycle, knocking over old women in the street with bags of groceries.
Right.
Thug Goat is a winner.
So, Professor Goldstein, how many people are in your class?
70 students.
70 students. And how many classes do you have?
I have one class per week.
One class per week.
God.
An evening class. It's a lot of grading.
Wow, that's great. Well, listen,
It's a lot of fun.
we certainly appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know you used stuff.
And thank you.
We were talking about social media and used some of that in class, right?
My students make websites, professional blogs, professional social media presences, and then they actually have the challenge of implementing an online marketing plan that they create to actually sell product during class.
Wow.
They create a business and they run with it a lot of the
Now,
time.
do you have an online course?
Not yet, no.
No. So
Would you take it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I wouldn't have time to go to your class, but I need to learn some of this, and you could just sign up for your class and take your class only, right?
I don't know. You'd have to talk to the school. I'm not exactly sure how admission works.
I want private lessons.
Yeah, you don't want that challenge.
I want to be Rodney Dangerfield old school.
All right. Well, Bree, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. When we come back, we'll do Monster Sports. You're listening to the Monsters of the Morning.